Good morning, everyone. If we haven't met, my name is Jessie Hershberger, and I'm excited to share my reflection with you this morning. College is supposed to be about finding yourself. It's a time to discover new ideas, explore your values, try new things, and expand your boundaries. I came into college excited to grow and excited to do so along my Valpo community. Valpo has brought me tremendous gifts over the past 4 years. Opportunities for educational, personal, and professional growth, incredible friendships and relationships, and spaces to lead and make my voice heard. But as I reflect back on the past 4 years, one lesson I've learned stands out. The church is a beautiful thing, full of community, service, and teaching. It is a place where countless people have come to know the amazing gift of Jesus Christ and the eternal love of God. However, in the wrong hands, the church can also be a weapon, as I and so many others have seen firsthand. Coming out as bisexual was one of the scariest parts of my college experience. I doubted and tried to hide that side of myself for a long time, primarily because of messages I had heard in the church. Messages that, even in 2020, still persist. However, I focused in on my personal relationship with God. I heard her voice in my ear repeating, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." As time went on, I began to better embrace my sexuality and understand the full glory of the kingdom of God. I kept coming back to this psalm and remembering that I am a child of God and that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. We all are. This psalm became even more impactful to me as I began to discern a specific call to pastoral ministry. Throughout college, I have fallen in love with the sacraments, and I felt God pulling at my heart to pursue becoming a pastor. At the same time, I heard voices from the church telling me that this chosen path, one that I sincerely felt God pulling me down, wasn't right for me. That women should not be the ones to preach the good news. That members of the LGBTQ community were living in sin and shouldn't be allowed to lead a congregation. I heard these voices, and I returned to the Bible, remembering that God made me who I am for a reason. I made the decision to place the voice of God over the voice of the church. I know that God is bigger than voices that seek to shut people out. But that doesn't mean that those voices telling me that I'm sinning against God hurt any less. The pain that the church has brought me and countless others in my community can never be erased, but there are steps we can take to make sure it doesn't happen to others. If we are to fully embrace this idea that all people are made and shaped by God, then we have to embrace the full inclusion and diversity within the church. We need to remember the wounds the church has caused and continues to cause for many groups of people. There can be no exclusion in who is allowed to sit in church, who is permitted to serve and worship, and who is deemed qualified to share the gospel. If you've been hurt by the church, this is my message for you. Your relationship with God is more important than what the church tells you. The ways in which God works in your life cannot be diminished by what anyone tells you is permissible. I am so lucky to have found a community of believers who support me, cheer me on, and pray for me. But I know that not everyone is that lucky. So today, I want to leave you with this. No matter what your gender identity or sexual orientation is, whatever racial background you claim, no matter what background you come from, you are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God, who knew you and loved you from the moment you were created. And nothing can take that away from you.